Hello everyone, Ewan here. Hope you're all having a great week and that you're ready for more MCU content because it just keeps coming. A couple of new rumours dropped overnight along with a new press release confirming the release dates of a bunch of Phase 4 films. Disney CEO Bob Iger confirmed when we'd be getting official news regarding Phase 4 in the future, and those earlier rumours also confirmed older rumours that are now actually also new rumours. So if that sounds like your cup of tea and haven't gotten a headache yet, stay put, grab your nearest aspirin and brace yourself for 7 new MCU rumours you need to know. Number 7, MCU Phase 4 gets some release dates. First off, Disney sent out a fresh press release last night that outlined the official dates for the first 2 years of Phase 4. The likes of Kate Shortland's Black Widow film and Chloe Zhao's The Eternals have both been confirmed, while David Callahan is set to helm Shang-Chi. But until today, Marvel refused to confirm any release dates for either of those features. Even sequels to Black Panther and Doctor Strange, both widely believed to be in the works, have yet to be formally confirmed by the House of Mouse. The studio confirmed the dates for when their future Marvel movies will release, locking down a slate from 2020 to 2022, but are yet to formally announce which films will fill the dates in question. The release dates are as follows: May 1st, 2020, November 6th, 2020, February 12th, 2021, May 7th, 2021, November 5th, 2021, February 18th, 2022, May 6th, 2022, and July 29th, 2022. That's 8 films confirmed now, and while we can't match up the dates with each film known to be in production just yet, we do know that both Black Widow and The Eternals are the most likely films to release in and around 2020. After that, the likes of Guardians 3, Shang-Chi, and Doctor Strange 2 should be next in line, while follow-ups to Black Panther and Avengers Endgame are also inevitable. Again, Marvel are yet to officially tie any film to these dates yet, but Bob Iger mentioned yesterday that announcements will come, quote, later this summer, most likely at D23. Number 6, Doctor Strange 2's new characters. And now we move on to those juicy, delicious rumours. This comes by way of a fella on Twitter called Roger Wardell. Wardell actually leaked a bunch of details regarding Avengers Endgame last year, calling Thor's change of physique and even the elevator sequence where Steve Rogers fakes his allegiance to Hydra, so the details he dropped yesterday are likely to hold some truth. Doctor Strange 2 may not have been officially announced by Marvel Studios just yet, but its existence is pretty much all but confirmed. Scott Derrickson, who directed the first film back in 2016, has posted the occasional cryptic tweet regarding a potential sequel, while Benedict Cumberbatch's introduction only 3 years ago implies he's in it for the long run. Wardell took to Twitter last night to claim that the sequel will aim for an 80s aesthetic and that Jericho Drumm and Clea will make their MCU debuts. Wardell adds that Clea is also likely to be portrayed by an Asian actress. In the comics, Dunn is actually the figure known as Brother Voodoo. He's a sorcerer like Strange and even became the Sorcerer Supreme at one point too. Clea, meanwhile, has been a recurring figure in Strange's comics for almost as long as Strange has been around himself. She too is a magic user, while both she and Strange have been romantically involved at various points over the years. Wardell also claims that Tilda Swinton could return as the Ancient One. Swinton did, of course, reprise the role in Avengers Endgame, but any further appearances would surely either be restricted to flashbacks or to the astral form shown in the last Doctor Strange film. Again, it remains to be seen when the sequel will release, but with Marvel said to be formally announcing their Phase 4 plans this summer, expect a date to come soon. Number 5, Guardians 3's leaked plot. But that's not all that Wardell revealed of Marvel's Phase 4 plans. He actually decided to drop several plot details surrounding James Gunn's upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. With Thor's decision to turn his back on New Asgard and go off adventuring with his new friends on the Benatar, and the suggestion that Gamora is still out there alive, we had 2 new elements to the story that we already knew would focus on Adam Warlock, at least partly. Surely all of that would have been enough of a plot already, right? Well, Wardell disagrees. Written shortly after his Doctor Strange leak, Wardell claimed that Rocket's creator is the High Evolutionary, and that Drax is in for a big surprise when he discovers his daughter is alive. Rocket also gets a love interest in the form of Lila. Nebula and Star-Lord will grow into closer friends. That would mean the addition of two new key heroic characters. Lila, a sentient otter who was listed as one of Rocket's associates in the first Guardians movie, and Moondragon, Drax's daughter. And we'd also be meeting the High Evolutionary, who has close ties in the comics to Adam Warlock, so that would sort of fit. Also good to know is that the inclusion of Moondragon would go some way to achieving Marvel's LGBTQ representation in the MCU too, so it's not out of the realms of possibility. Plus, Dave Bautista has previously expressed his own desire to see his character's daughter appear in a sequel. Whether this proves to be true or not remains to be seen, but it's difficult to imagine how James Gunn would balance a story for Rocket, one for Drax, the Adam Warlock and Sovereign storyline, and Gamora's remaining plot, presumably tied to Star-Lord and Nebula maybe? And what about poor Groot and Mantis? If everyone's getting their own stories, where did they fit in? Still, it's not surprising there's no mention of Kraglin, is it? I mean, let's hope James Gunn does the right thing and brings him back. Number 4, Black Knight will join the MCU. So, remember how I said earlier that these new rumors actually confirm older rumors too? Well, good, because that's where we are now. According to Wardell, the fan favorite character known as Black Knight is still planned as a forthcoming MCU addition, despite failing to appear in Endgame after being heavily rumored. Wardell posted a tweet back in December stating that the Black Knight has been discussed quite a bit over at Marvel Studios. They see the character as a potential new Avenger and capable of holding his own solo film, and possibly even a trilogy. It's a really intriguing one because for now we pretty much have no Avengers team. It is of course inevitable that we'll see them coming together again at some point, possibly not until Phase 5 though, and most likely not until after the current crop of semi-announced Marvel projects are all out of the way, but this would suggest that the Black Knight won't debut for some time. The idea of a sort of fish out of water character joining the group does make sense though, because there is precedent there with Thor's arc, but that was rushed and the potential was never fully realised. We actually did a video about the character over on the comic channel too, so if you're at all curious as to what the deal with him actually is, go and give it a watch. Number 3, the Thunderbolts. Continuing with the theme of old rumors now becoming a genuine prospect, Wardell also posted about the Thunderbolts back in December too, Marvel's own version of the Suicide Squad. According to him, we're going to get a Thunderbolts movie. In actual fact, a Thunderbolts trilogy, which will see the return of some key characters who have so far been put on ice in the MCU. The tweet reads as follows. Don't worry, Marvel still has big plans for Zemo, Ghost, Justin Hammer, General Ross, and the Abomination. The leader, yeah, remember that guy, is being discussed to return as the main villain of Thunderbolts, which is being planned as a trilogy. Given that Marvel have a habit of permanently retiring villains in the most fatal way imaginable, it was always strange that they left a handful, and you can add Batroc to this pile too, behind bars, particularly when General Ross came back into the picture. Let's hope that the potential project, which would see the return of Samuel Stearns as the leader after he was dropped off the edge of the world after the Incredible Hulk, would have Ross going full Red Hulk. Because while he might have heart problems in the MCU, who doesn't want to see him hulking out? It might also mean a chance to see more of Mark Ruffalo's Professor Hulk too, and again, who doesn't want to see that? Number 2, Marvel's new LGBTQ character will debut in the Eternals. With Eternals expected to be the second 2020 Marvel release after Black Widow's solo project, we were beginning to hear some updates on the less conventional project. Already, Angelina Jolie has been linked with a key role, and now Richard Madden is said to be in talks for a key role too, most likely to be Cersei and Icarus. On top of that, there are suggestions that the film will feature Marvel's first real LGBTQ character. Marvel have frequently been accused of straight-washing in the past, with Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie never getting a bisexual moment in Ragnarok, and Endgame's only queer rep coming from a cameo from Joe Russo. According to Jeremy Conrad, that character won't be Hercules, even though it would make perfect sense and even though the character will be involved in the future, and it's likely that he will be a character who is portrayed as straight in the comics. Either way, actual genuine LGBT representation is long overdue in the MCU. Here's hoping Marvel deliver on it proper when the Eternals releases. Number 1, Nova is in development. For years now, Nova has been suggested as a possibility for the MCU, and it was widely expected that he'd join up with either the Guardians of the Galaxy or spin off out of Avengers Infinity War after the decimation of Xandar. So far, so quiet on both of those fronts, but Jeremy Conrad on Twitter now says that a solo Nova project is in development. According to his source, who he claims has always been 100% in the past, that film is underway, which corroborates what Kevin Feige said previously on the Infinity War press circuit about Marvel having a quote, big board, and that Nova is on it. The Russos also had this to say about the character after Avengers Endgame. We never considered introducing him. I think that exists more in the Guardians universe. That would have to be a James Gunn thing. You can't introduce somebody who doesn't have their own movie, like Captain Marvel. You can't just throw them into the final chapter of a book. Whether it will be a cinematic feature or will be tied to Disney Plus remains to be seen at this stage. And that was the news. I want to know what you all think of these new MCU rumors, so go ahead and post your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and head back on over to whatculture.com where there's tons more content every day. I'm Ewan, catch me outside on Twitter at EwanRuinsThings, and I'll see you next time. Bye!